School safety and discipline is to ensure that both learners and educators can conduct themselves in a safe way around the school, and the school surroundings can provide safety and security for all those who use the school buildings and school premises. School safety also means the school making sure that dangerous weapons are not brought into the school. Things like drugs and liquor are not brought into the school. And also instances of bullying within the school are also avoided. And also to make sure that there are fire procedures, there are drill procedures, and in case of floods or in case of fire, the learners and educators should know what to do. And also in instances where there are strikes or where there are sick learners, how to make sure that these are attended to.
The initial enclosure was that there was a fence erected. Now the fence and the boundary of the neighbors, there was a lane of about approximately 2 meters. Now what happened? That lane was used as a thoroughfare for people to walk through. The people also dumped all their rubbish and garbage in this lane. And as time went by, then they started to cut this fence. Then the elements would jump over this fence. They would arrest the teachers on that side. By the time we respond from this side, they then disappear. And intervals, of course, was a headache. Because of this lane, elements would gather in this lane, and intervals they would sell cigarettes and whatever to the children. But as soon as you want to act, it was very difficult to get hold of them. And we inquired whose property is this lane. And we approached the municipality and we found out that it was actually school property. And then we decided that we're going to build this wall. And this wall is more than 200 meters long. It is plus minus 3.2 meters high, which in turn, of course, would be a very pricey project. The community, of course, the parents, once again, we approached them. They assisted, but we were very fortunate in terms that all businesses we have approached, they actually sponsored a section of this wall. Now I can proudly say that at any given moment in time, that the school is definitely a safe and secure haven for our learners. It also enhanced the environment, where at first you had this ugly, messy lane. Now, nothing more. It is now clean. It is spruced up with all this lovely stuff.
Also, we have involved the parents in that process. They also assist as they do come to the school to ensure that there is proper security for the learners, because there are hooligans everywhere.
What I've noticed that it's common in schools that the safety equipment that is placed when new schools are built, it's not serviced, and sometimes you realize when there's a problem at school that the extinguishers you have around the schools are not in working order. So such things also need to be looked after and be maintained right throughout the year.
I represent the learners on the SGB, and basically what we do there is we're discussing the code of conduct and how we can improve it for the learners to abide with it. When I come from the meetings, I go to the RCL chairperson and we give it to them, and they take it to the RCL representatives and they give the message to the children in the classrooms and they convey it so everybody knows what's happening at school.
As a school, we believe that we must maintain discipline and our children must not practice drugs. So it's very important that we involve the police force. And on many occasions, we have invited the local police, Mohwasi police, Rustenburg police, to come in and address the learners on the dangers of drugs, the problems they will face if they practice drugs. And they have even come for searching, physically searching the classrooms and learners' bags and so on, to discourage them from abusing drugs. I think it has helped a lot. The police force here has been very cooperative because they are also parents. They are very keen to make sure that their children do not become addicts of drugs.
When corporal punishment, of course, was outlawed, This actually created a loophole in terms of as a tool to discipline. And yes, the discipline of course went a bit haywire and we had to work on alternatives ourselves. And the whole staff works around the Boys Town model. And this Boys Town model of course is very much based on consequences, the action and the consequence and corrective teaching. So there was another new different approach. How do you tackle learners with behavioral problems? And that also actually assisted us in dealing with the problems of our children. We started to adopt a child. Each educator then adopted a learner. And basically the learners we adopted are those children that caused the problems. And lo and behold, it was so amazing to see the turnabout just for these learners to show that somebody now really cares about them, their physical appearance, their physical well-being, and also to see to some of their other needs. And it really turned this whole issue about the problems that we experience with these learners, it turned it around.
I feel very strongly that it is the interview that one has, a one-to-one, with a child that can sometimes be life-changing. We have children with problems every day. Sometimes they might be seemingly small problems, like a broken love affair. But to that child, it's very important. We have grade heads who counsel once a term every child in the school. We have class teachers who pay particular interest in the individuals in their class. And we have 2 teacher counselors who spend a lot of time in counseling children.
And then our teachers also should be free to talk to us, and we in turn be free to talk to them. If I got a problem, I should go to them and then ask them, and they would give me clarity when I need it. I mean, they should be there when I want their help.
At Girls High, we strive to instill in the girls a feeling of belonging, a feeling that they belong to a family at Girls High. And I think the success of our school is largely dependent on this feeling that the girls actually do have. And there's an intimate relationship between the girls and their teachers and the principals. You know, we know each child by name. They wear name tags which identify them so that when you walk past a child, it's not just another learner that you are walking past. It's an individual with a name and with a unique personality. It's a family in that we have cats at the school. They're also part of the family. We have tortoises that roam around. And so in this way, we try to show the girls what a good family life is all about.
In the case of needy learners, we've introduced this compassion committee where both learners and educators donate money and clothes for the needy.
We as the teachers as well as our management, we have noticed that the learners are from the poor homes, of which some of them they came to school without even having a slice of bread. So we decided that the Peninsula Feeding Scheme is not enough for them. And then the management and the staff will sit down and take a decision to approach the Catholic Welfare to come and help our learners. Then we drafted the plan and presented to them, and then they put the container there, of which they charge a plate 60 cents to a child and a cup of soup it's 20 cents, of which we think it's much more affordable, for them, at least, because a teacher cannot just go on and teach a hungry child,
We had a number of ±7 learners last year who did not know where, in fact, now what to do after having achieved very well, in fact, in their matric results. So our peer or our fellow educator decided to take this initiative of negotiating with the University of the North as to affording them bursaries. And good, in fact, now result that these learners have obtained access to them to such bursaries.